Stingy Jack and the Lantern of the Damned. There are names that linger in whispers, passed down from fireside to fireside, older than the churches and older than the kings. One such name is Jack, whom the old folk called Stingy Jack, and whom no priest ever dared to absolve. They say he was born in the peat bogs of Ireland, in a village so poor the houses were patched with sod and the wind always smelt of damp earth and smoke. Jack was no worse born than the rest, but he grew crooked, like a tree twisted by years of storm. He was a drunkard, a cheat, a liar, and worst of all, he laughed at God and saints alike. He could charm a coin from a miser, snatch a hen from a widow, and drink a tavern dry without ever paying his due. Yet, for all his sins, Jack had wit, and it was his wit that doomed him. On a black night, when the wind howled through the heather and clouds strangled the moon, Jack staggered from a tavern with more drink in him than sense. He reeled along the roadside, singing a foul ballad, when he spied a figure waiting in the shadows. Tall, dark, and cloaked, with eyes like coals glowing in a hearth. Jack knew at once who it was. The devil himself, Jack muttered and spat. Come to claim me, are you? Well, you'll not have me without a fight. The devil stepped from the shadow. His smile was white as bone. Jack, he said, in a voice like the turning of grave soil, your time is up. You've cheated men, you've mocked heaven, and you've sowed only sin. I've come to carry your soul. Any other man might have fallen to his knees, but Jack, cunning, wicked Jack, merely squinted through the drink and grinned. If it's my soul you want, you'll let me have one last drink to warm me for the road. The devil chuckled, for he had taken many drunkards before, and thought this no different. One drink, Jack, and then your soul is mine. So they went back into the tavern, the devil himself sitting at Jack's side, though the other patrons saw only a dark stranger. Jack drank and drank again until the tavern keeper called for payment. Jack patted his pockets and turned to his companion. You've the purse of hell itself, yet you won't spare a coin for a poor man's last drink? The devil raised a brow. I deal in souls, not coin. Then turn yourself into one, Jack said slyly. Just for a moment, a single silver piece to pay the keeper, and then change back when his back is turned. No harm done, eh? The devil, amused at the boldness, agreed. In a blink, he became a silver coin on the table, gleaming in the candlelight. Quick as a fox, Jack snatched it and thrust it into his pocket, where he kept a small crucifix. At once the devil howled, for the cross burned him, trapping him in the coin. Jack staggered up, roaring with laughter, while the tavern keeper muttered about drunks and devils. Not so clever now, are you? Jack jeered. I've half a mind to toss you down the well or leave you in the privy. The devil cursed and begged. After much taunting, Jack agreed to let him free, but only on a bargain. The devil must spare Jack's soul for 10 years. With rage burning in his eyes, the devil swore it, and vanished in a hiss of smoke. Jack laughed all the way home, boasting to the wind that he had cheated hell itself. For 10 years he drank, cheated, and stole, swaggering through the village as though untouchable. But time, as always, turns the wheel. On the night 10 years were done, Jack again walked the lonely road. And there, waiting in the ditch, stood the devil. His eyes burned hotter, his smile sharper. Your time is up, Jack. No tricks this night. Jack, though his heart thumped, grinned as though unconcerned. Ah, but if I must go, let me have one last apple for the road. My throat's dry, my belly's hollow. Grant me that small mercy. The devil, eager to claim him, agreed. They stood before an apple tree, its branches heavy with fruit. Jack sighed and said, Ah, but the apples hang high. Help a poor soul. Climb up and fetch me one. Snarling, the devil climbed, his dark cloak sweeping the branches. But as he reached for an apple, Jack drew from his coat a knife and carved a cross into the bark. At once the devil was trapped, unable to climb down. He raged and cursed, shaking the tree until apples fell like stones. Jack leaned against the trunk, laughing till his sides ached. "Twice fooled. You're a sorry devil indeed." The devil's voice rumbled like thunder. "Name your bargain, Jack, and be quick." Jack grinned through yellowed teeth. "Spare my soul forever. Swear I'll never be taken to hell." With eyes blazing, the devil swore it. Jack wiped the cross from the bark, and the devil leapt down in a fury of sparks, vanishing into the night. So Jack went on living, fouler than ever, for he knew hell itself was closed to him. He cheated, he drank, he mocked priest and beggar alike. But time waits for no man. One winter night, with the frost creeping along his window and the fire burned to embers, Jack's heart seized, and he died alone in his bed. He rose from his body, a gray wisp of a soul, and walked toward the gates of heaven. But when he knocked, the angels turned him away. "There is no place for you here, Jack. You squandered every chance, mocked every grace. Go from us." So Jack turned, his shadow long, and walked the dark road to hell. The iron gates loomed before him, the fires glowing beyond. He called to the devil, begging admittance. But the devil himself came to the bars, and his laughter was a sound that froze the soul. "Did you think I'd forgotten? You bargained, Jack. You swore I'd never have you, and so it shall be. There's no place for you in hell." "Then where am I to go?" Jack cried. "Back to the darkness you made for yourself." The devil sneered, and he hurled a burning coal from hell's fire straight at Jack. It struck his chest, searing him, but Jack snatched it up and thrust it into a hollowed turnip he carried, for he feared the endless night. With the coal's dim glow, he set out upon the black road, cursed to wander between worlds forever. And wander he does, the old folk say, on storm nights, when the wind wails across the moors. A faint light can be seen bobbing in the dark lanes, like a lantern carried by unseen hands. Some say it is Jack himself, still searching for a home he'll never find. Others say it is a warning, that no man can trick both heaven and hell and hope to escape. So people began to carve their own lanterns, hollowing turnips and placing candles inside, to ward Jack away from their doors. Later, in other lands, the turnip became the pumpkin, and the lanterns glowed bright each All Hallows Eve. But the name remains, Jack of the Lantern. And if you walk alone on Halloween night, with no light but the moon, beware a bobbing glow upon the road. Do not follow it, no matter how it beckons, for that is Stingy Jack, cursed and damned, and he walks still.